have yet again another unintentionally very large month. I don't know what to say. Hey guys, what's up? It's HVL Manga here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So yes, it is the end of yet again another month. It is the end of August. Thank goodness it's almost September, it's almost fall, it's almost spooky season. I'm freaking ready. But as always, at the end of the month, I show you guys all of the pickups that I got in this past month. August, honestly, was kind of big, kind of larger than expected. A box set came back in stock that I needed, amongst a lot of other really cool things. And I picked up probably the best manga deal that I ever have and will have in my entire life this month. And I'm so excited to share with you guys everything that I got. So let's not delay, let's get right into it. Let's obviously, as always, first touch on the pre-orders that I picked up in the month of August. Okay, so the first pickup this month is actually a new release done by 7Cs, and it really wasn't on my radar until Jake the Pog, one of my friends online here, make sure to check out his channel. All information in the description box down below. He really likes this series, he really raved about it, he recommended it to me, so I decided to give it a whirl, and that is Kimono Jihen? Jihen? Forgive me, that's definitely not how you say the title. Regardless though, this is again a newer releasing title done by 7Cs, and I read this and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very nice read. I don't think it's anything super groundbreaking or anything really unique, but it is still a really good story. You have our main character here who's part human, part demon, devil thing, and he basically teams up with a group of devil hunters, demon hunters, you know, to go and fight crime and be besties and all that sort of stuff. So again, it's not a super unique concept, but I actually really enjoyed it. I really love the covers. I think the covers look fantastic. But yeah, good read, solid first volume. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm enjoying the character so far, and the story, while again it isn't super unique, it is still enjoyable, so I do recommend that you guys give this a shot if you haven't already. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month is yet again another new release done by 7Cs. Honestly, 7Cs is just cranking them out recently, and that is none other than Momo the Blood Taker Volume 1. This series wasn't on my radar at all. It really wasn't until my roommate May, she was kind of debating picking it up, flipped through it in the store, decided, not for her. Maybe it's a little bit more gruesome than she would like. She looked to me and said, dude, this is a series that you should really try. I read it and I really enjoy it. It's kind of like this vampire detective sort of vibe. It does give off a lot of Parasite vibes, like very, very similar to Parasite. I mean, some of the art in this series, I'm like, Parasite? But not necessarily in a bad way though. It's not so closely aligned that it's like I'm reading the same thing. It is a little bit different. It does have that kind of vampire nuance to it. The art is fantastic. Like, some of the panels in this series go incredibly hard for no good reason, but I really enjoy this. I would say give it a shot. I am going to be picking up the next couple volumes to see kind of how I feel about it, but so far I am really enjoying it, and I love the physical release. I love the black and kind of like the muted purple with some of the white. It looks great. I'd give it a shot. If you like Parasite, definitely give this a shot. Okay, so the next manga volume that I picked up this month is one that has been all over the internet. Everyone and their mother is reading it and having opinions on it, and you know what? I decided to give it a whirl. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a slice of life, maybe romantic type read, so I decided to give Kowloon, a generic romance, a shot. I hope that I said that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. This series is an adult slice of life romantic mystery. I read this first volume and I actually did really enjoy it. I think the artwork, it looks really, really nice. I do like the characters. It's the same mangaka as After the Rain, which I personally haven't read, but I know a lot of people have read and do enjoy it. This series, I think this is how the reading of this series went for me personally. I think the beginning and the middle and basically just a majority of this read I thought was decent. You know, it followed our main character here as she works in an agency, has this crush on her coworker, and it's pretty like typical maybe adult work romance setting. But the last couple pages of this read is what really solidified the series for me. There is a huge turn and a huge twist at the end of this volume that gives it and makes it a mystery kind of like psychological read. So I would say give this first volume a shot, but set the expectation that a majority of this volume, it might be kind of boring to you, might be kind of slow, but the last couple pages were really good, and again, is what really solidified the series for me. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm definitely gonna give it a couple more volumes because I like a romantic slice of life read, but with a little bit of edge to it, and I think the series is going to do just that. Okay, next moving on, we have the last volume of a series that I have been collecting for what seems like a millennia, honestly since I really started first getting into manga, and that is Full Metal Alchemist in the Full Metal Edition, Volume 18, guys. This is the last volume of these beautiful Full Metal editions released by Viz. I am so glad that I decided to pick up this series in this format. It just is stunning. They look so good. They feel so good. There's a nice heft to them. The page quality is fantastic, and I'm just so glad to finally have this series completed and to have it all in my collection. They look so clean on the shelf, and I'm so excited to be able to really get into the manga more intentionally. I will say Volume 18 is thicker. It is thicker than the other Full Metal editions in the series, so do just be aware of that. It literally just kind of fits on my shelf. So do be aware this is going to be a thicker one, but not that that's a bad thing because more Full Metal Alchemist content is obviously better. So very excited to have this in the collection and very thankful to have it completed because it's Full Metal Alchemist. It's literally in my top 5. I think it's my 3rd favorite manga series of all time. So yeah, I love it. Okay, so next moving on, another pre-order that I am adoring recently. Huge thank you to my friend Plasm's Manga. Go follow him on YouTube and everywhere else because he is a... What am I trying to say here? What was I trying to say? Okay. That is none other than Blue Lock Volume 2. Blue Lock, everyone and their mother knows about this series right now, which I'm very happy that they do because this is such a good series. It is a series focused on soccer, but kind of in a battle royale type setting. For me, that's great because I love sports. I actually played soccer growing up, so I do love soccer and I love sports, but sometimes sports manga is just a little bit more difficult for me to really get into, for me to really get invested in. But because this has kind of some of that battle royale type, if you don't make this shot, I'll kill you type vibe, I kind of really enjoy that. It gives a little bit of edge, a little bit of, jadedness to the series, which I really appreciate. I read the 2nd volume and I'm really enjoying it and I cannot wait to see where it goes. I love the artwork. Some of the characters, some of them are just weird. Some of them are just kind of what are you doing? Who are you? But in every good way. So very excited to have Blue Lock Volume 2. I will continue to be picking these up, and if you haven't given this a shot yet, please do. You won't regret it. You might. I hope you don't. Okay, the next manga pre-order that I picked up this month is a series that is criminally underrated, but I am so glad to see that some of you guys are picking these up because this series is just so freaking good. That series is none other than Ragna Crimson Volume 6. This is just such a good dark fantasy series with freaking dragons, so of course I love it. Dragons, anything, I'm there for. Are any of you guys watching House of Dragons? You enjoying it? I'm enjoying it. The 2nd episode though, can we take a moment? Boy, I wasn't expecting that. Regardless though, Ragna Crimson, again, is a really great dark fantasy read. If you're looking for something a little bit different with some fantasy elements, definitely give this series a shot. Again, you have frickin' dragons, you have frickin' cool characters, and their dynamics are very interesting. I haven't gotten into this volume yet, but I am planning on getting into it soon because, again, this is a series that I do genuinely love and highly recommend. Okay, so we are at the last pre-order for this month. I had a decent amount this month, not too terribly crazy, but the last manga pre-order that I have this month is none other than JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Wind Volume 5. Part 5, Volume 5, excellent. JoJo's, obviously is a fantastic read. Everyone and their mother knows about JoJo's, which is for absolutely great reason. This is such a good manga series. I'm not currently on Part 5. I'm still kind of trying to get into Part 4. I haven't gone back to JoJo's in a while because I have been kind of reading some other stuff, but I am very excited to get into this series, into this part, I guess specifically, when I finally do. I love this cover. This is probably one of my favorite covers in Part 5. Giorno looks so good. It looks so good. So very excited to have this and these beautiful hardback editions by Viz. Highly recommend JoJo's. Obviously, if you haven't given it a shot already, it is a fantastic read. Okay, so now I'm going to transition into some other manga that I picked up this month, obviously starting with smaller bundles and larger bundles and the best purchase that I've ever made in my entire life at the end of today's haul video. So let's just get right into it. So the first manga that I got this month that is not a pre-order is Blue Exorcist Volume 1. So this is kind of a series that's low-key been on my radar for a little bit. And it was one of those things where, I have friends online, Jake again, some friends in real life that love this series, but I was just kind of like, is it just gonna be another one of those shonen series that's kind of like, yeah, it's good, but I don't need to collect physically, you know what I mean? Like, the Jump app exists for a reason. But I decided to just give it a whirl anyways. I decided to give one volume a shot to see how I like it and kind of go from there. So I read this volume. This was so good. Like, why was this so freaking good? I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected to. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why, but I really enjoyed this read. It follows our main character here, who's basically the son of Satan, and he quickly learns who he is, discovers his reality, and kind of goes to school to learn about how to be an exorcist and how to kill demons and all that sort of stuff. Again, it's not like a super unique or original idea, but the way that it's done is like good. I don't know why. Like, I really enjoy it. I'm really excited to see where the series goes, and I will be picking up more volumes. A lot of the volumes are kind of like low-key out of stock though. It's kind of a bummer, so hopefully they come back in stock soon because I'm really enjoying this and I'm definitely picking up more volumes. So yeah, this was good. I can't believe it's taken me this long to get into it. I enjoyed this. Okay, so the next volume that I got this month is Dead Demons Destruction Volume 1. So if you saw my last month's haul, you would know that I actually picked up volumes 2 and 3. This was coming in the mail at the time. It didn't, get in last month. I haven't gotten into this yet, and part of me is like nervous too because I am someone who isn't the most receptive to Asano's works. I don't know why. It's just kind of okay to me. But I have heard from a lot of people that one, this is fantastic, and is also a good option for those who maybe don't like his other work. So it's kind of why I'm giving it a shot. I'm giving it the 3-volume try. I haven't gotten into it yet. I will hopefully soon. I am again reading some other stuff, but I mean the art looks freaking fantastic. So it's like I'm giving it a shot, okay? This is for you guys. I'm giving it a shot because I hope that I like it. And I know that I think it's only 12 volumes, so it's not that big of a commitment, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Follow me on Instagram if you want to know my thoughts because I will definitely be sharing them. Okay, so the next manga volume that I got this month is actually crazy that I got this volume this fast. Last month I kind of talked about wanting to collect some more of Rumiko Takahashi's works, and this is one series that I didn't know existed, but then realized that this particular volume was super expensive and I couldn't find it anywhere online, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll probably never complete this series. But I went to my kind of local bookstore and they had this frickin' volume, and that is One Pound Gospel Volume 4. This is the most expensive volume out of the set. There are only 4 volumes in this series, so this is again the last one that I needed to complete it. I am just very happy that I found this volume. Again, I wasn't expecting to find this volume literally anytime soon or for like $5, which is what I got this for. So I'm very excited to have this in the collection now, very excited to finally have this completed. I haven't gotten into this yet, but I'm excited to. Like, it looks interesting. I don't entirely know what I'm getting myself into here, but I'm looking forward to it. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on my thoughts, but so happy that I found this volume for the price that I did. Okay, so the next manga volume is a similar story to One Pound Gospel Volume 4. I'm so surprised that I found this volume for the price that I did. I actually found this online, and this is actually the last volume that I needed to get to complete my set, and I'm so thankful that I finally have this series completed. That is 21st Century Boys and the Singles Volume 2. I have been needing this volume for, again, like over a year at this point, and Volume 1 I actually found of 21st Century Boys last month, so I've kind of been on the hunt for this volume for a while, and I'm like, how did this just come into place? Like, a lot of things have just kind of fallen into my lap in every good way, and I'm very thankful, but I was able to get this volume for a little bit over retail, which I do not mind paying that price for, especially because they can go for a lot on the secondhand market, and it feels so good to finally have this series completed. And don't you worry, I am currently reading 20th Century Boys. I am working my way through it. All you people telling me to read this, I am. Okay, I promise. But very excited to have this completed and excited to fully get into the series. Okay, so this next volume of manga has been a series that I've been wanting to complete for a very long time, wanting to collect for a very long time, and just never took initiative because a lot of the volumes are super out of print, and I was like, I don't really want to commit to another series like that. I mean, sometimes you gotta pick and choose your battles, right? But this series is finally coming back in print, and I've been piecing the volumes together as they come back in stock, and this is a volume that was in stock. I picked it up, and I'm over the moon about it, and that is none other than Emma Volume 5. So Emma's kind of been a series that's been on my radar ever since I picked up A Bride Story, which is done by the same mangaka. I've been loving A Bride Story. It is a beautiful story, and seeing Emma in these beautiful hardcover editions by Yen Press, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm sold. I am a sucker for a good release, and boys and girls, Yen Press, they really did that. Is it Yen Press? Okay, I'm right. I was like, am I dumb? But I'm very excited to have this volume. This is actually the last volume of the series, so I do need, obviously, volumes 1 through 4. 1 through 3, sneak peek is on the way. Volume 4, hopefully is getting a reprint relatively soon. That was the most expensive one. But I'm so excited to get in this series. I've been flipping through the volume a little bit, and it really seems like something that I would enjoy. Kind of more of a slice of life type of read, and I'm so excited! I'm so excited to get the rest of the series. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this character on the back, and I thought immediately, like, Lloyd from Spy Family made an appearance. Hello, my good sir. So yeah, very, very excited to have this volume and to pick up and to be able to read the rest. I do have the rest except volume 4 on the way, and I'm so excited because I really think that I'll enjoy this series. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month is a series that I have been dying to get more into for a very, very long time, and finally, the earlier volumes are coming back in stock, and that is none other than Yona of the Frickin' Dawn. I'm so excited to have these volumes in my collection and to keep chipping away at some of the earlier volumes because, again, it was very out of stock for the longest time. So I picked up volumes 5, 6, and 11. Again, these are kind of random volumes, but when a volume gets in stock, I buy. Okay, that's just kind of how it is with this series. Again, finally they're getting reprints, and I am very excited about that. Very, very excited to keep collecting this series. I always say, if you maybe don't typically read shoujo series, give Yona of the Dawn a shot. I think it's a really good kind of action, just like mix of maybe your shonen adventure action and the shoujo romance type of genres, demographics, right? So give Yona of the Dawn a shot. I'm really enjoying it. This is the only shoujo that survived in my collection, so that I guess means something. Okay, next up this month, I picked up more of a series that I honestly cannot believe that I really enjoy as much as I do. That is Call of the Night volumes 6, 7, and 8. So last month I picked up volumes 1 through 5 and decided that I actually really enjoy this series and decided to pick up the rest, which I am very excited and very thankful that I did. This is just kind of like a vampire rom-com series. It's nothing like too deep, nothing that like makes you really think or just, you know, live in your head, which I actually really like. I like having series like that sometimes where it's just a little bit of a break. Again, a really fun rom-com vampire series. I'm really enjoying it, surprisingly. Honestly, again, I didn't expect to really like it, but if you kind of like, again, rom-com, vampire with some good lore every now and then and some good action sometimes, I do really recommend this. I'm enjoying it, and I think you will too. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month is actually just a random assorted set of a series done by Rumiko Takahashi that I'm trying to slowly collect because there are a lot of volumes and I don't want to pay a whole lot for the series. That is none other than Renee. Again, some just a random assorted volumes. This is one of her, I think, earlier works. I might be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. But this series has a butt ton of volumes, and honestly, I do not want to pay a lot for this series. So when I find these volumes for like a couple dollars, which I did, I was like, okay, sure, I'll pick it up. This isn't really high on the priority list, to be honest. Like, I'm not like, you know, super actively looking for this series, but again, when I find deals for it, I will pick it up. I don't know what this series is about. I don't even know if I'll like it, but I'm just picking it up for now. I do want to get some more of the earlier volumes so I can kind of read it and kind of determine from there, go from there. But yeah, Rumiko Takahashi, she's great. I love her. So I'm sure the series is going to be great, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month is a series that everyone is raving about right now. Everyone is reading, everyone is loving. And I honestly wanted to hold out for a while for the hardcovers, but then they just kept getting pushed back, and I'm like, I've had enough. I want to read this series. I'm freaking picking it up. And that is Summertime Rendering, volumes 1 through 3. This is a newer release done by Udon that I have heard literally nothing but good things about. Everyone loves this series. Like, they rave about it all the time. And I was like, fine. I was like, okay, I'm gonna discover what it's about and if I like it. So I've actually read the first 2 volumes, and here are my thoughts on this series. The first volume I thought was good. You know, I think towards the end I really got a little bit more invested, a little bit more interested in the series. So volume 1 I was kind of on the fence about. I was kind of like, yeah, like it's decent, like it's an interesting concept, but I'm not writing home about it, you know what I mean? And all my friends, they were like, dude, you just need to stick it out to freaking volume 2, read till volume 2, and then you can determine how you feel from there. So I read volume 2 last night, and they were right, it's freaking good. Volume 2, in my mind, kind of like progress started to be made and actually characters started to kind of get developed. There were a ton of twists and turns in volume 2, like I could not keep track of what was going on, but like in every good way, not in like a I hate it, like what's going on way, but in like a, oh, I cannot predict what's next kind of way. You know, it's like, it's very much filled with mystery and just twists and turns, and it's gory and it's violent. It's really good. I don't know how else to explain it. If you are looking for an action-filled mystery, just violence read, this is for you. I'm really enjoying it. I will say I actually did pick up the box set. This is technically the first box set. Barnes & Noble exclusive, by the way. Honestly, this is like a piece of garbage. It's like someone put paper around these books and hoped for the best. The only reason I got this is because I think it was like slightly cheaper / I was able to actually get volume 1. So yeah, I mean, the box set is nothing to write home about, so I, you know, wouldn't go out of your way to get the box set, but it is what it is. It's still a good read, I'm enjoying it, I'm just glad to have it, but I really do not care about the box set. Okay, so now we are getting into some of the larger sets of manga that I picked up this month. So the next manga that I got is, again, done by my beloved Rumiko Takahashi. I picked up Ranma 1/2 volumes 13, 14, 2, 27, and 28 in the omnibus editions, 2-in-1s, done by Viz. I love Ranma 1/2. It is such like a fun comedy slice of life read. I've quickly realized that this kind of read done by Rumiko Takahashi is what I love. That's what I love about her. That's where I really thrive in her series. I just really love the slice of life, kind of just hanging out sort of reads, and this is exactly that. Ranma 1/2 follows one of our main characters, Ranma, who, due to a curse every time he interacts with, I believe, cold water, he changes into a woman, into a female. It just follows him in his daily life, kind of like navigating that, growing up, being a kid, being basically told to marry this other main character here, and it's just a lot of fun. I do really enjoy it. And these 2-in-1s are also really, really nice. I actually really enjoy them. They're nice to read. There's nothing too crazy about them. I don't feel like I'm gonna break the spine or anything like that. I will say though, some of the later volumes are pretty out of stock right now. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to complete this series, because there are a good chunk of volumes that I am still missing, but hopefully they come back in stock soon because I really, again, have been enjoying this read and I highly recommend it. Okay, so the next manga that I got this month is actually a box set, and I am so excited to have this box set, to finally get this box set, because I have been needing it for over a year. Like, it has been a very long time. I'm so glad that box sets are finally slowly coming back in stock, and that this was one of them. So the box set that I picked up is the 3rd Naruto box set. Very exciting! I finally have a complete set of Naruto. I have been needing, again, this box set for the frickin' longest time. This contains volumes 49 to 72. So again, this is the final box set for Naruto. So now again, I have a complete set, which is great. Naruto is my favorite out of the big 3. Okay, yes, I'm reading the other ones. Don't sue me, okay? But there's just a lot of nostalgic value that I have for Naruto, and I'm so excited to finally have the complete set of the series in a physical format. It just feels great. Naruto's great. Everyone knows about it. So yeah, very excited. Love this box set. It's probably my favorite box set out of the 3. I just like how it looks. But yeah, very excited. Naruto's great. Read it if you haven't. I mean, you probably have though. Okay, so we are at the last 2 series that I picked up this month, and these last 2 ones are definitely the ones that I am the most excited about, the most thankful for, and the most honestly surprised that I was able to pick up in the span of a month. So this first series is actually one that has been on my radar for a very, very, very long time. Everyone says it's one of the best shonens out there. People rave about it, people say that it has some of the best arcs in manga, and I was like, okay, like that is quite a statement to make. But the series is kind of hard to pick up right now. They're not super available. Some of the volumes are severely out of stock, and I was like, I'm not about to pay an arm and a leg for this series, but I found a listing on Mercari for a decent price. It wasn't anything super like amazing. Like it wasn't like $50 or anything, you know, for like a good chunk of the series. But it was enough that, you know, I was willing to purchase it for, and I am so glad that I did, because I was able to find none other than D. Gray Man Volumes 1, through 27. So I have a completely caught up to date set of D Gray Man. I found it within a month, and that is honestly very surprising because again, a lot of these volumes are severely out of stock. Again, I found a big bundle on Mercari for a lot of the volumes that I needed, and I actually had a homie on YouTube hook me up, Blue Tempest. Make sure to go follow him on YouTube, Instagram, all of his socials. His friend actually found some missing volumes that I needed. He hooked me up, Blue Tempest hooked me up, so again, dude, thank you so much. Because of you, this is possible. It's like the PBS, thanks to viewers like you. You know what I mean? Like, thank you. So I am very, very excited to finally have this set in my collection. Very, very thankful. I got it for a great price, and I was able to piece it together very, very quickly. So again, very excited for that. I haven't gotten into this yet, but it is on the agenda very, very soon. Again, I am currently reading other things, 20th Century Boys. It's a whole thing, but I am loving this, and I'm so excited to have it, and I can't wait to get into it. I will definitely keep you guys posted. Okay, so we are at the final series for this month's haul, and this is a series that, if you follow me anywhere online, you already know what the series is. There's a whole story behind it, so let me just give you a very, very high level version of the story. So, there I was, one day laying in bed scrolling on Facebook Marketplace, which I honestly never do. Facebook Marketplace is one of those sites for manga and just things in general that I always feel like I'm gonna get scammed. Like, even if I look at it, I feel like $1,000+ is going to be drained from my bank account, so I normally tend to avoid Facebook Marketplace. But I was bored, okay? You know, as people do, I was just scrolling, and I scrolled all the way to the bottom of the manga section, and I found this listing. And it was 16 volumes of the most expensive series that I've been trying to collect for a very, very long time, and these 16 volumes are the most expensive in the set. And these 16 volumes were being sold for $30, and I sat there thinking to myself, there is no way this is real, but boy, it's way too good, I'm giving it a shot. So I got in contact with the seller, as one does, had a bit of a conversation, you know, me and her were vibing, she was sending me pictures, I was like, this low-key seems legit, and I went through the process of purchasing. And over the course of a couple days, I was just filled with panic and almost like anxiety tears, because I was like, if this listing isn't real, I am going to cry. But boys and girls, I am so excited to tell you that this listing was not fake, and that I picked up 16 of the most expensive volumes of Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac for $30 whole, thus completing my Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac set. So now I have volumes 1 through 28 of Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac, purchased all for under retail, for a series that on the secondhand market goes for around $1,500–$1,600. So when I tell you that I cried opening this package, I mean it, because I just started collecting this series literally last month. This was a series that I started reading on the Shonen Jump app literally a month ago, and knew that I wanted to collect physically, but just didn't know if I was ever able, you know, if that was ever going to be possible because of how expensive, how rare, how out of print this series is. So I started my journey very humbly, you know, just very casually, you know, trying to find some of these volumes, and I found and stumbled upon this Facebook Market listing for the price that I did, and again, I cried, and I am so thankful to have this series, to have it completed in the amount of time and for the amount of money that I paid for it. I never thought that I was going to be able to complete this set, because when you go to eBay and like 3 volumes go for like $500, which is absolutely absurd, and you know what, I would never pay that price for volumes of manga. So I am so thankful to finally have this series completed and to finally be able to read it physically. Like, the transition from the Jump app to physical is just so good. It feels so good. So guys, when I genuinely tell you that I'm so thankful and I'm so excited, I mean it. I never thought this was going to be possible, and I'm just so thankful for that listing. I feel like I low-key robbed her a little bit. Don't worry, I did pay her $30, but I do feel a little bit bad because, girl, you could have gotten so much more. But I'm so thankful to have the series completed. I posted it everywhere, so you probably already knew that I had this series, but very, very thankful, very excited. Easily the rarest manga in my collection, and to get it for the price that I did, it's literally unheard of. So guys, that is my manga haul for the month of August. Again, it went crazy, unintentionally crazy, but I got a lot of really, really good deals, and I'm so genuinely thankful for all of the manga that I was able to get this month, especially Knights of the Zodiac. The Lord smiled upon me this day, because that is just absolutely obscene, unheard of, and I'm so thankful. I would love to know, what did you guys pick up? What were some of your highlights? What were some of your favorite things that you got this month? Did you get any really good deals? Tell me all about that in the comments down below. But guys, again, thank you so much for watching today's video. I genuinely really appreciate you guys. And also, we recently hit 10K, which is crazy. I don't like talking numbers because numbers isn't why I do this. It's not really, like, it's big, it's important, but it's not why I do it. So thank you for that. I really appreciate you guys and everything that you do to support me and the channel and my hobby, and just the community that's come from this is really a blessing. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.